Hi, good afternoon, algebra class. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hopefully, you had a good break. Okay, now let's go ahead and get right back into it. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and review 2.4. Okay, for some of you, 2.4 was a little confusing because we had variables on each side. So, for some of you, it's difficult to understand. Like, okay, what do I do first? So, let's go over three very good problems. Okay, three of them, and two of them actually are two special cases that some of you already know. Others might not. So here we go. So let's go ahead and do number one. Now, you can go ahead and copy these on a paper, on a blank sheet of paper that you have. Okay. Uh, Make sure you put your 2.4 equation with variables on each side. Go ahead and put number one. Okay. You're going to do three of these. Okay. And then you'll submit them to me. I'll show you on the slide which slide you're going to submit it to. Okay. So here we go. Let's review. So here's our first problem. So we have -3 times x plus 5 equals 3x minus 1. There's our first problem. Okay. Now, if you think you know how to do it, go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and do it yourself and see what you get. Come back and see if you got the same thing. All right. So go ahead and pause the video if you want to do it on your own. All right. If you don't, let's go ahead and do this. All right. Now, we have variables on the left and we have variable on the right. So what we need to do is we need to have the variable be only on one side, not both sides. Okay, so we got to start doing inverse operations. Okay, we got to start undoing stuff. So I told you first, if you ever see parentheses, you have to make sure you get rid of the parentheses. So to get rid of the parentheses, you have to distribute. So let's distribute the x. Let's distribute the -3 and distribute to the 5. And then we're going to distribute this 3 and we're going to distribute it to the -1. Okay, and when we're distributing, we're multiplying. Okay, it's like a group text. So -3 times x is -3x. Okay, -3 times, so this is, so we'll leave our plus here. This is plus. And then -3 times 5 is -15. Okay, and then this one, 3 times x is 3x, and then minus, and then 3 times 1, which is 3. Okay? Hopefully you got that, okay? Hopefully you got that. Now this -3x plus -15, it's the same as -3x minus 15. It's the same. Okay? Now, some of you will go from here to here right away. That's good. Okay, others will not. If you're not going from here to here, then you have to put this step in the middle. All right? So let's go ahead and do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these constants first. Let me get rid of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this 3 over here. This 3, I'm going to move it over here. Because this is smaller than this, one. This is a 15, right? So I'm going to move this one. I'm going to move this one over. So I'm going to put plus 3, plus 3. Now, I could have done plus 15, plus 15. Either way, I should get the same answer. Okay? So now we're going to hit this 0. And then, so -3x, -15 plus 3. Okay, -15 plus 3 is -12, which equals 3x. Okay? Yes? All right, then after that, okay, we're going to go ahead and move this guy over here. So we're going to add 3x because it's a negative. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So you have this as 0. So -12 equals 3x. Well, 6x, sorry. Apologize. It's Monday, sorry. 6x. And then you have now a one-step equation. You're going to go ahead and divide. You got to undo it. Divide by 6, divide by 6. This is 1. X equals -2. There's your answer. Now, you want to go ahead and check your answer? Let's do it. Check out. let's plug this x, this negative 2 back into the equation. Okay, so let's do it. Let me make it a little smaller. So negative 3 and then negative 2 plus 5 equals 3, negative 2 minus 1. We're checking our answer. Checkala, checkala, okay? So we have, so we have to do what's in the parentheses first. Remember, PEMDAS. So negative 2 plus 5 is 3 times negative 3. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. So right here, you're going to get negative 9 equals negative 9. We checked our answer. Checkala, checkala. We're done. Okay, so go ahead and copy this one on your paper. Okay, it's a blank sheet of paper that you're doing this on because you're going to send me a copy of this so that I know that you're doing it. Okay, so on this one, we actually got an answer, guys. We got x equals negative 2. So it's one solution. So there's only one solution that goes in here that will make this equal, which be negative 2. Let me show you a different type of problem where this will not happen. Okay, and let me explain it further in a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and do number 2. Okay, so for number 1, we did get an answer, x equals negative 2. So the negative 2 plug in here will make this equal, and they equal negative 9. That's the only answer that will make this true. Let's look at number 2, okay? Number 2 is 4, parentheses, 4 minus 4k, parentheses, equals negative 10 minus 16k. Okay. So let's go ahead and do it first. Remember, when you see a parentheses, you distribute. So let's distribute the 4 here. Let's distribute the 4 here. We leave this guy alone. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16. And then 4 times 4k is 16k. Okay? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and move the constants. I like to move these first, so let's move them first. So let's go ahead and move this guy over here. So it's a negative, so we're going to add it. Plus 10, plus 10. So this becomes 0. Okay. And you're left with negative 16k. Okay, 16 plus 10 is 26 minus 16k. Okay. All right, now let's move the variable, the term that has the coefficient and the variable, let's move it over. So we have plus 16k plus 16k. So 26, this erases. So this is 26. And then this becomes 0. So does 26 equal 0? No. This is not true. 26 does not equal 0. So therefore, for number 2, right here, there is no solution. Now, you should have got something like this. You should have got something like this for number 8 on your problem. Number 8, you should have got something like this. If you were stuck and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Mr. Garcia tricked me. Well, I really didn't, because this does not equal that, so there's no solution. So any number that you put in here, guys, for k, it will not be equal. So for example, let's put 0. Okay, let's put 0 here. So 4 minus 4k, so the k is 0. So if you put 0 here, this is 0. You're left with 4. 4 times 4 is 16, yes? And then you put 0 here. So 0 times this is 0, and you're left with 10. Does 16 equal negative 10? No. Now, if you put a 1 here, and put a 1 here, put a 1 here, and check it, you're not going to get the same thing. They're not going to equal each other. So that means that for this problem, there is no solution for this problem. Okay, any number you put in for k, you're going to get, it's not going to equal each other. Just like this, look. It's never going to equal. So there is no solution for this problem. Okay, I got you on that one. Let's go on to the next one. All right, so let's go ahead and do number 3. Now for number 1, Now for number 1, we got a solution, x equals negative 2. This solution makes this problem true. And then for number 2, we got no solution. So there's no solution for this. So the way it's arranged, anything you put for K, there's no solution for number 2. Now, let's go ahead and look at a different case for number 3. For number 3, so we have 3 parentheses A plus 1 parentheses minus 5 equals 3A minus 2. Okay? Let me double check that it's correct on here. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and start to solve this. Remember, we're undoing what is being done here, okay, using Thiel's sitemap. Okay, so first of all, we're going to use distribute. We're going to distribute these, okay? So 3 times A is 3A plus 3 times 3 times 1 is 3 minus 5 equals 3A minus 2. Okay? Now some of you got stuck here. If you have terms that are the same like these two, there's both constants, so you have to combine them. Combine like terms. Okay? So in this case it's 3A plus, and then 3 minus 5 is negative 2, which equals 3A minus 2. Okay? Now, you can rewrite this. 3A minus 2 equals 3A minus 2. Uh-oh, looks like they're the same, huh? Well, let's keep going. Let's see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and move the minus 2 to over here. So we're going to put plus 2. This is 0. 3A equals, this is 0 too. So this is 3A. Uh-oh, what's happening here? This is weird, huh? Divide by 3. Divide by 3. A. So this is 1. This is 1. A equals A. When you get something like this, guys, the answer is all numbers. All numbers. Any number you put in here for A on both sides will equal each other. For example, let's put 0. So 0 here, 0 here. So 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. Times 3, 3. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Right here. So we have 0. So 3 times 0 is 0. What's left over? Negative 2. Negative 2 equals negative 2. Okay, let's put a 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 2. Times 3, 6. 6 minus 5, 1. So you get 1 here if you put this as 1. Over here, 3 times 1. What's 3 times 1? 3 minus 2, 1. 1 equals 1. Any number you put in here, that's the same. For example, negative 11, 10, 10. This is going to be, they're going to be equal. So all numbers, negative and positive. You could even put decimals. You can even put fractions. And this side and this side are going to equal. Okay, so here's the 3 types of solutions that we can get for 2.2-4. Okay, so for number 1, you got one solution, which x equals 2. For number 2, you got no solution. And then for number 3, you got all numbers. So you can get one solution, no solution, or all numbers as solutions. Okay, if you didn't notice that, so for number 3 on this one, you should have got something like this for number 11. For number 11 on 2-4, you should have got this. Okay, all numbers. All right, and then for number 8 on your problems, you should have got something like number 2. Okay, so those are the 3 things that you can get on 2-4. You can get a solution like this, or you can get no solution, or you can also get, all numbers. Okay, this is A equals A. It's not a 9, sorry. Okay, all right, guys, that's your summary. Go ahead and do your quizzes. All right, guys.